Good morning, everyone. We're heading to Palos Verdes, hopefully grab some bugs. I'm diving with my dive buddy here, Devin. We're gonna actually meet some guests from out of town that we're gonna dive with. Two other people at Palos Verdes, show them the ropes in the area at least. They dove yesterday. They had a lot of success, so hopefully today we can repeat that with some bugs, maybe some scallops, uni, sea urchin, things like that. But anyway, conditions are looking promising. Now we're gonna head out there. Let's go dive. All right, everyone, just got to Palos Verdes. We're here with some guests. We have, of course, dive buddy Devin, but also we have Toan.
Yep. What's up?
Oh my God.
Hideshi.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Hideshi and Toan. They're here from NorCal.
Yep.
They're gonna join us. Follow their channels as well. Spear Hunter.
Yep. Hideshi.
Hideshi
Izu.
Hideshi Izu. We're about to go hopefully grab some bugs. Conditions are looking great, so hopefully the visibility is good as well. But yeah, see you guys in the water. Let's dive in.
Just got a white sea bass.
Nice
awesome.
white sea bass.
These guys are gonna go spear one right now. So,
dude, that's so sick.
Awesome.
On the rod from shore.
yes, sir.
Great work.
Nice, man.
Welcome to Palos Verdes, where conditions are looking really good. 15 plus viz of the water. Surf is about a foot or less. Wind almost non-existent. So overall, great conditions to go grab some bugs, hopefully. We're joined today by Hideshi and Toan, coming down from NorCal. They have their own YouTube channels as well. I'll put a link in the description below. And right before we headed in, you'll see in the clip before, was that rod fisherman actually caught a legal-sized white sea bass from shore. Absolutely wild. So we were stoked. Heading on out, though we were not targeting them. A really awesome sight to see before we headed in. After swimming around the shallows for a little bit, me and my dive buddy Devin, we had split off and found this little hole. And it was a hole with 3 entrances. It's hard to see here, but there are a lot of lobsters. Pretty much most of them were small, maybe 1 or 2 legal. But we discovered this hole and we decide to go after it. And over this series of dives, we're trying to figure out a plan to go get them. Similar to strategies in the past, what I'm trying to do is actually scare the lobster and hopefully they scoot over to my dive buddy Devin so he can grab them. So after a couple more attempts working on this spot, I work out a plan with Devin that I'm going to go into that little space underneath that rock. I'm going to try to disrupt the lobsters even further and the ones further back. So I'm underneath the rock now. You can see the shelf of lobster up here, and you might be wondering why I'm not trying to grab some of them. The majority of them are actually short for sure. So I'm trying to figure out which ones are legal potentially. So I'm trying to spread them out. So you see me here. I'm disrupting the lobster, just getting them to move around. Trying to go for a couple, but mainly trying to disrupt them. Moving them around here. My dive buddy Devin is on the right hand side. I think I moved them around enough, and I head on out through another hole. So while I was diving around, I did end up spotting a white sea bass in the wild, which is always a treat to see. Can you see it? How about now? Really awesome. Here's Hideshi. He's diving with the crusty fins. What he's doing is actually checking out the hole underneath this rock, and what he's trying to do is disrupt the lobsters underneath so his dive buddy on the other side can hopefully grab them. Toan's on the other side, getting busy, looking through the hole, and hopefully they can grab one. But it's really cool to see the teamwork and the coordination done before you go on a dive. I usually am the one doing it, but it's really awesome to see in the third person. Just like that, we have our first keeper of the dive, a nice sized lobster. So as I'm looking around, I see this nice group of lobster in this cave, but they're all way too small to be illegal. So I just go on and look to my left, and I see a good sized sea urchin. I do want some uni tonight to eat with some of those rock scallops. Here it goes, nice big one to keep. So that wraps up our dive at Palos Verdes. Always a good time with diving some new friends. Toan has this really nice lobster, definitely over legal. Of course, we have Hideshi here with probably a 20 to 20 plus size sheephead, really good size. Now that we're wrapped up, we're gonna go grab some grub. Just wrapped up the dive. We are at Mitsuwa, Japanese supermarket, great food court. We're gonna grab some grub together before everyone splits, and they head up to NorCal. It was a great dive, but we're gonna wrap it up with some delicious food. We are hungry. Alrighty, we just got to Mitsuwa, grabbed our food. We're about to close out this dive. Successful trip for these two. It was a fun dive, nice meeting new divers, but we're gonna eat this food. Thanks for watching.
Nice beer to eat.
Alright everyone, we are back in the kitchen. Today we have our scallop and our sea urchin uni today. So we have our 4 scallops here and our 2 uni sea urchins here. The sea urchin may look a little funky. It's because I actually took off the spikes while I was in the water. This one not so much, but this is why they look like this. And all I do with my glove is kind of turn and slowly pick at it. I don't go directly on, and then eventually it comes off. So shout out to Spearjoy for giving me the tip on that. But yeah, so what we're gonna do today is a really simple recipe. We're actually gonna just pull out the scallop meat, do a really quick sear on the cast iron, and then put a piece of uni on top and see how that tastes. Got this tip from my dive buddy Devin, said it's amazing. We're gonna try it out, but here we go, rock scallop and sea urchin. So this is a rock scallop, and how you want to remove the meat from the actual scallop is using a flexible fillet knife or some sort of flexible knife. And the key to that is to get underneath the meat between the shell and the meat and try to preserve as much meat as possible when you're pulling it out. So you do one side, then you move to the next. Obviously, I'm doing a terrible job of that, but that's the general idea. So as I was opening up this last scallop, I pop it open, and what do you know? A little crab comes out of it, still alive, by the way. It's really interesting because scallops are bivalves. Essentially, they filter feed or they eat microscopic plankton. So I think this crab accidentally thought this was a house. And now we have our fresh sea urchin, and just like that, using 2 spoons opposing each other, shove it into the beak and then spread apart to get into those uni bits. Alright, so we just finished searing the scallops, so let's put our bite together. Let's dive in. So here we go, we have our seared scallop. What we're going to do is add some uni on top of that. So let's put that on the big piece. Go ahead and clean this up. Nice piece right there. Beautiful orange. Put that right on top. Now we're going to add a little touch of sesame oil. Use this little spoon. There we go, right on top. Perfect. Next, I'm gonna use some yuzu sauce right there. Perfect. Drizzle that on there. There we go. We have our bite. Just gonna pick this up by hand. So again, we have scallop, seared scallop, uni, yuzu sesame oil. That is it. Let's see how it tastes. Excited. Oh man. Oh man. There we go. Whew. Great recommendation. Wow. So many flavors going on. So delicious. But thank you for watching. I'm going to keep eating this. I'll see you on the next one.